All right, Tasha K has finally put public. I believe that this interview was behind a paywall. I pay a subscription over there on the Tasha K website, and even when it was over there, I don't remember making a point to watch it because it was just kind of like Anton Daniels talking about his fisticuffs with that Corey Holcomb person. But I'm happy I did catch it. The premiere on her YouTube channel. Go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to tell y'all all the tea on it. However, there was a few pointers that I wrote down that he said regarding Corey Holcomb and his platform, which I felt that was very solid. It was true. And this happens a lot on YouTube, especially in the black YouTube spaces. You have black people with microphones who do cater to the lowest common denominator of black people. And that's what Anton Daniels described Corey Holcomb's crowd and who he is. Yes, yes. However, if no Anton Daniels feels that way, why the hell would he want to go live on Corey's show if he feels that that's the lowest common denominator of people? I felt that he went on there because he felt that he being Anton was able to dominate the conversation. You see what I'm saying? When you are dealing with a person, and I said this many times, stupid women have stupid kids. And so when you know you are dealing with a person who is not very bright, you know that they are not able to have a debate. So why I wouldn't even waste my time to go on that man's show knowing good and well he can't even put two sentences together. I would have just hit the link. I'm not spending no money to go on a person's platform that I felt that he caters to the lowest common denominator of people, of black people, because that's who he is. So that's a waste of time. So I felt that, yeah, Anton felt that he was going to be able to go over there, put some words together with using big words and then embarrass Corey. And I believe Corey probably picked up on that a little bit, which is kind of why he kind of clowned, in my opinion, because that's what people who deal and are part of the lowest common denominator of black people, that's all that they can do. They can't have a dialogue. They cannot, because they can't put proper words together to have an actual real debate. But that's neither here or there. Let's carry on. Anton went on to say, which there was a lot of contradictions in my opinion of what he was saying, is that he was upset that Corey called out the Mika girl for being there and said, oh, that wasn't, on man code and blah, blah, blah. However, on down this whole interview, he puts out there that Corey introduced him to his girlfriend or something. Corey, I don't know, is he a whole married man? But that was kind of like, I don't know, there was something going on about at that time. Maybe I think he was probably married at that point, and then he had a little something on the side, and I'm like, bruh, don't talk about it at all, okay? If you want to talk about, oh, that's off man code, that you busted out that I'm, with Mika on blah, 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 but then I'm going to turn around the Tasha K interview and say, yeah, you introduced me to your girlfriend when you were still married with your wife. So that was kind of like, oh, okay, bruh. Whatever there. Pillow talk. Yes, I have my... We take notes because we smart. Okay, lowest common denominator, pillow talk. There's two things here. Hobby/work. His wife was, her voice was on the show, on Tasha K show, and she said something that pretty much almost every wife says when they're in the background, is that, listen, I don't care what people say about me or my marriage with Anton. It doesn't bother me. What do you expect for her to say? Of course she's going to say that. I mean, it's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, why would you suspect her to say, yeah, that bothers me so much. I wish people would stop talking. No, that's not what, no. So Anton's wife was definitely standing by her man when it comes to backing him up as if they are a positive, front. None of this has messed with their 21-year marriage, and that's a beautiful thing. There is one thing that I'm going to say, and I'm going to end it here. And please go watch the interview. It was actually very interesting. Is that Anton, you can tell that he does say and do things for views, which is what we all do, right? However, he did say something as of his wife. There's hobbies and work. As of he wants his wife to do passion projects or doing something with meaning and just not for money. And that's the one thing I was like, yeah, that's the way it should be. If you with your husband and things, and he's supposed to be the man of the house, baby, you should be able to take days off from work from your passion project and things. And so, so that was very nice for him to be like, my woman ain't got to work if she don't want to. She can have these passion projects and, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to, you got to roll out of bed and, and you sick or you like, I don't feel like it. And you ain't got to do all that with Anton. So that's awesome. That's what the image that he's putting out there when it comes to him take care of his wife. They have some real estate business off to the side, which what I loved. Because you have a lot of people on YouTube, and this is their life. It's like, what can you pass down your YouTube channel to your children? What legacy are you really passing down to your children? So it was nice to see that Anton was like, listen, I'm just not some dumb dude. I have real estate. I have a property that I manage. We have shit outside of YouTube that if this stuff shuts down today, they are going to be good. And that's what all I wanted to hear, to be honest with you, because I got 401k and I got all that stuff, so I can pick up social media and put it right back down because I got, this money over here. However, it's nice to see you have someone on YouTube who's just not blowing their check on chicken wings and DoorDash and stuff or whatever the people spend their YouTube checks on. So it's good to see that Anton was like, I'm just not some dumb nigga. I'm over here building something outside of this social media platform. So when my children are ready, they can come work for my real estate business or whatever. They don't have to depend on this over here. We, daddy and mommy, are building something off of social media so we can pass it down to make generational wealth. And if you are not on that, you hustling backwards.